Now, DA leader John Steenhuisen and mayoral candidate Peter Teixeira are on the campaign trail in the Midvaal. This is one of the party's strongholds. There has been numerous service delivery issues in that area, and our reporter Govan Whittles is there, and he joins us now live. Govan, we know that the Midvaal has been the DA's stronghold for quite a number of years now, especially in Johannesburg. But the people there have said that they actually are not receiving the kind of services that they were promised from the DA anymore. How are they receiving the leaders today?
Well, we'll find out when we speak to them during the course of the day, Masego. And right now we're here at the Teixeira Community Hall in the Midvaal municipality. This area was known as the best governed municipality in Gauteng for quite a while. Recently, we've seen the DA still maintaining control of it. This has become its stronghold in the Gauteng province, and it's a place where they've consolidated their support since moving their headquarters from the Western Cape to Gauteng. And today, the DA is here to introduce a new mayoral candidate for this area. The previous one was Bongani Baloyi, hugely popular in the DA. He also retained that seat for 2 terms. And we'll speak to John Steenhuisen now to find out more about this area and how confident they are about it. John, thank you so much for your time. So you've got a new candidate for mayor in this area. Just tell us who he is, why you've chosen him, and then what happened to Bongani Baloyi.
Well, obviously Bongani is term limited now, and he's decided that there's other things he would like to do, and I can tell you that he's got a great future ahead of him in the DA and in this country, and I'm looking forward to helping him with that next chapter of achievement. But what a tenure he's had here in Midvaal, best run municipality in Gauteng. Incredible achievements here, delivery happening, showing very clearly that the DA gets things done. The new candidate is Peter Teixeira. He's been working as a councillor for many, many years. He knows the area well. He's very popular in this area, and we're very proud to put him forward. And we know he's going to build on the legacy that Bongani Baloyi leaves behind and retain Midvaal's status as the best-run municipality in Gauteng. It's interesting that the best and worst-run municipalities in Gauteng are right next door to each other. You've got Midvaal, centre of excellence, sea of delivery and services, and Mfuleni right next door, collapsed services, sewage in the streets, no opportunities. And that shows the DA difference, and we want to bring that difference to small towns across the country.
So how much do you think you're going to get in this area? What's your expected performance like?
Well, I suspect we're going to grow, and we'll win and grow here. I mean, I think the people here know that the DA gets things done. They've tasted DA government, and they don't want this municipality turned into what their next door neighbour looks like. So they're going to stand with the DA. They're going to stand with the party that's got a track record of delivery. 10 years of DA government, and it shows we haven't been in coalition here. These have been 10 years of solid DA government, and when we give it a majority, we're able to get things done even faster.
This is one of the strongholds, but in the rest of the country, how is the DA looking? And particularly for you as the DA leader, which areas are you paying more attention to either retain the support you've had, or where you think more should be done to maybe get more support?
Well, we're doing really well around the country. Our posters are up, very unusual. It feels like we're in the election on our own on this. The ANC posters are nowhere. But our posters are up, our billboards are up, our candidates are out working. We've introduced our ward candidates to their communities, and the campaign's going well. I'm really hoping that we're going to have a really great result. Obviously, the focus is in the metros. That's the big battlegrounds, and the 3 metros in Gauteng, big battlegrounds: Ekurhuleni, Johannesburg, and Tshwane. So I'll be spending a lot of time up here in Johannesburg over the next 5 weeks in Gauteng to make sure that we are able to make the case in those municipalities. But then Nelson Mandela Bay, equally important. We're now becoming competitive in places like eThekwini in KwaZulu-Natal, where the ANC's infighting has torn them apart. So I think that there's a real hunger in South Africa for change, and there's a real hunger for delivery. And that's what local government's all about. It's about who keeps the lights on, who keeps the water in the taps, and who runs services in a clean and effective way.
Just to talk about Cape Town, there's been big talk from opposition parties this year that they could wrestle control away from the DA in Cape Town, or at least bring it below 50%. Do you think that's a real possibility for your party at this stage?
Not at all, and certainly looking at the numbers, there's no path to victory for our opponents there. The ANC's collapsed. The PA and the Cape Coloured Congress are busy scrapping it out for that particular share of the vote. I think we're going to retain our majority in Cape Town, and I think Jordan Hill Lewis is going to do an incredible job there.
Lastly, then, we've seen a decision by the IEC that Helen Zille had been found to have manipulated the footage of Peter de Villiers' endorsement of Good, and that is misinformation. What's your response to that?
Well, I think it was a bit of a harmless spoof that was done on social media, and it was shared. It wasn't created by Helen Zille. It was something that was widely shared across the internet. And of course, I mean, we'll take whatever actions necessary. We don't encourage the spreading of fake news. But it's ironic that Good laid the complaint when they themselves have now been involved in fake news dissemination about the call to prayer issue in Cape Town. There's no restriction on the call to prayer. It's something that the Good Party have made up. It's good lies that they're spreading. So we'll be lodging a complaint as well with the IEC, and we hope the IEC is going to treat that complaint as quickly and circumspectly as they treated the Goods complaint.
All right, thank you so much. That's John Steenhuisen. He's the leader of the DA, or complaints and counter-complaints. Maseko, it certainly is election season, and the launch of Peter Teixeira as the mayoral candidate here in the Sicelo Community Hall is about to begin. We'll be getting into there for now and bringing you some more coverage from inside.